We're going to do a little video about Beacon Hill, which is a neighborhood in Seattle. It's a little bit south of downtown and we're facing north right now. I'm going to drive toward more of the center of Beacon Hill. But this is an area that is relatively affordable considering the proximity to downtown, and also becoming increasingly popular due to the proximity to light rail and being able to walk to a light rail stop and just get on there and go into downtown Seattle for work or fun. And I'm here because I had some clients who are new to the area. They're from New York. They're staying here in Beacon Hill and driving around kind of looking for homes. They like the idea of being in a relatively urban area where, again, they have that easy access to public transportation and where they're not necessarily car dependent, where the wife could walk around, get to the grocery store, push a baby stroller, do some things with the kids. Look right here on the right, people are picking blackberries. It is August. I had some blackberries earlier this morning. So good. It is time, if you're in a sunny spot, it's time to come out and get your blackberries, for sure. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when we go out and tour on homes, if there are blackberries ripe, I will show you how to harvest them. So what we're seeing in Beacon Hill a lot is kind of this newer type of construction going toward high-rise apartments, condos, townhomes, things like that. Oh, they have a street fair going right here. What street is that? Robert Maestas something. And then like newer homes like this over here, kind of as a replacement for some of the older, smaller homes. And you can see over there that there are nice territorial views. We're getting some slope and some views on both sides of us here. But we also have some less nice areas like what you see across the street there in that area, which is a deterrent. So the question is this up and coming? Will it ever have arrived? And how much do we like the vibe as it is versus hoping that it will be somehow better in the future? There's the Seattle Public Library Beacon Hill branch. Some cool modern architecture, lots of glass, some different colored sort of earthy metallic tiles, a garden there on the midway, a little park, bus access. So if you're wanting to take public transportation, you got to either get on the bus or the light rail. And then here's some other things. Family going out for a bike ride, a little off-brand gas station. Just kind of going south now, giving you a feel for what's around here. So some old, small, low-rise stuff, some beautiful murals, this looks like it's a building that they said everyone could just tag it, and that was fine. Woo, woo, woo. People crossing the street, dentures for you. So south of Beacon Hill, it can get a little bit more rough or undesirable in the Central District and Rainier Beach. It can be a little bit of a higher crime area. It's very convenient to have it, but you typically want to be a few blocks away. This is Jefferson Park, which is fantastic. They have a really good playground there, tennis courts, kite flying. There's a golf range, looks like a driving range as well. And my personal favorite is the Beacon Hill Food Forest, which has a permaculture garden. And there are some little annual gardens that you can plant yourself and take care of yourself. But there are also, like permaculture is permanent agriculture. And so they have fruit trees, strawberries, blackberries, everything, and you can just go walk through and pick whatever you want, try it, see how it's being grown, see how it's doing. So that's really fun. I'm showing you guys around the golf course and everything. Again, this is Jefferson Park. Lawn bowling is available here. And so I love coming here. That's really nice. But yeah, just some of the areas are a little bit older. I went to school with a girl whose family was involved with the Oberto sausage. And one of my clients was telling me that Oberto sausage used to have a big block party, street party that would go on outside of their location. I want to say that was in the Central District, and it was really fun, but now that has gone away and that factory is closed and stuff. So anyway, the character of these neighborhoods keeps changing, and I think the light rail coming in is one of the biggest things to change it. Typically we see rezoning near the light rail stops that allows for taller buildings. We see apartments going in, we see condos going in, and townhomes and things like that, but it has to be a nice enough neighborhood that people want to pay $1 million or whatever those townhomes cost. And if it's not nice enough for that, then we just don't see the developers bringing the money to the area. Here's the Seattle supermarket, Round Box Fitness, bakery and cafe. It's interesting little parking here in the middle of the road, kind of in the boulevard area. You can see there's a nursery over there. My church choir director lived in this area. I think she lived there for about 25 years before she died, and she really enjoyed it. But she did say like she was fairly heavy, and she would go out and like exercise or jogging or something, trying to work out, and people would yell at her, like hooting at her from the car as they would drive by and stuff, in a way that she didn't appreciate. So I mean, I think that you just have to kind of take it on a case-by-case basis. This is lovely now. They've gotten rid of the parking. There's a grassy, tree-filled boulevard with a little trail down the middle here. And so like just a couple of blocks later, you get a different vibe altogether. And I know I'm talking a lot about vibes today, but I think this is kind of what people tell me. You know, they get certain energy from a certain place, and they don't really know until they go there. And it's hard to tell from the map, like, is this area gonna have sidewalks? Is this area gonna have some place for me to go? Is it gonna make me feel safe, etc.? There goes an airplane. So we do get some airplane traffic over Beacon Hill. And I'm heading west now towards Seattle. I was hoping that I could get a nice little view for you. Over there in Jefferson Park, by that playground, there's a really great view of Seattle. We went there one year for Mother's Day, and we took a big picture, like a family photo with everybody in front of that nice Seattle view. So that's a great place to go. Here's some new construction altogether, it looks like, but then like the rest of the area doesn't seem so nice that you would invest in new construction here. But maybe that's, you wanted the new home and this is where you could afford it. Maybe this is where you grew up, family and friends in the area. But we do have not as nice homes here. And so it's just sometimes you have to decide if it's going to be a good investment or if you're just buying it because that's what you want, but you don't expect to make your money back on it. It's very different to build a custom home for yourself versus, oh, I love that garden. I love this little house that's very modern, and it looks like they have a little apartment unit on the side. And there are definitely some cute houses and some cute gardens and lots of fun things going on here too. It does have a certain amount of character, but sometimes the bad ones just mix in sufficient quantity that you're just raises questions. That looks like some pretty new construction there, that townhouse. So anyway, I don't necessarily want to belabor it. There's the mailman going door to door. It's Saturday afternoon, 75 degrees. It's feeling hot. He's got his sunshades on there on his neck. I love that kind of community idea of people walking around, the mailman walking around. Not sure what this guy is doing. Maybe he's weeding his yard in a way that he could reach because it's hard to get around that tree. So this would be the type of area where you might find an older home that you were going to remodel and bring up to the standard of the neighborhood. Maybe buy it as the cheapest home in the neighborhood and sell it as a little bit nicer. But you see here, like, we have these big electric wires. That's a negative for property values. Some people think they affect health and some people don't think they affect health. But everybody thinks they affect property values. But they have this little trail. Usually these utility power lines, they have a right-of-way and you can't build anything underneath them. But one way that people reclaim the space is by making it a public space or a walking trail. This house looks like it needs some fix-up. Maybe it was for sale at one point. Maybe they're working on fixing it up, but that house is missing a lot of paint on the siding. A lot of times what happens is that people get in their home and they stay there for 50 years and they don't have a lot of money. Their wealth is in their house, but they don't have a lot of money to put into the exterior of the home. And so then the new people come in and they do have a lot of money. If you're going to buy a home in Seattle, you have a lot of money, right? Because it's expensive, it's not affordable. And so you need to buy the home for $600, $800, $1 million. And so you have sort of the new and the old next to each other. And if there's too much old and not enough new, then we don't have that turnover and we see the homes aging and deteriorating and things like this. This is super nice, super cute. It looks like a freshly flipped remodel type of home. Gorgeous, super cute. They did everything right and we'll see how much they can sell it for. And that kind of tells you the top end of home values in that area. So if you are going to buy something with the idea of fixing it, you have to get it cheap enough that you can afford to do all of those repairs and still have it be profitable if you're going to resell it. Okay, well, I hope this gives you a good idea of Beacon Hill. Again, my name is Emily Cressey. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Seattle area, and I'm bringing you these property tours so you can get an idea of what neighborhood is right for you, what the flavor is, what the character is, what the price ranges are, so that as you are making your own home buying decisions, maybe you're relocating, maybe you're already here and just starting to look for your first property, can save you some gas and get you some shopping online here. If you decide you would like to talk to me in real life, I would be happy to drive you around to 100 properties so you can find the right house, the right neighborhood at the right price for you. And until then, I really appreciate your joining me. If you would like to subscribe, I would appreciate that. And you can also visit my website, homeproassociates.com. You can call, text, email me. Just let me know what you're up to, what your questions are, whether or not you're ready to buy. That's totally fine. I'm really a zero pressure person. I like to help people. So I'd like to help you. Let me know what you need. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.